There she
Yeah.
is. Welcome, 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 welcome.
What's up, sis?
You look good. It's good to
Thank
see
you.
you.
It's good to see you. How my daddy say it's good to be seen.
Oh, well, welcome. Welcome to the Face Behind the Brand. I am your host, Monique Marie, and you are the amazing hip hop creative, digital entrepreneur,
Yes, say that.
recording artist, Asia Star.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Welcome, welcome. I'm so glad we could do this. This has been, of course, a blessing coming. I'll walk right into it because we got a big release coming out. So
Yes,
I'll
we
let you tell me first and foremost what is going on March 31st, 2021.
man, March 31st, 2021. It's been a long time coming. But
Yeah.
Fresh Air is
Yes.
March 31st, 2021.
Woo!
Fresh Air. I'm so excited about it. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I'm excited. Well, I wanted to say first and foremost, I'm so thankful to Clizzy Houston for linking this connection and making it happen. Brick Wall Effect, those guys over there, Sun Cheebs.
Man, shout out to Sonny Chiefs,
Yeah,
Clizzy, and Mel Pemberton, really
yes,
my team
yeah,
wouldn't be able to be here at all without them.
yeah, yeah. So, of course, I'm going to, of course, let everybody hear that one of the main singles that you gave me a taste of and trusted me with, Blockchain, which is also produced by Sun Cheebs.
Yeah,
That's going to be on the album.
yes.
We're going to give them a taste of that. I'm going to give them a taste of it right now because I'm excited for you.
That's
So,
your favorite. You know, you was in the studio with us before we even created the song on live.
girl, listen, my spirit, my spirit. Okay. When I heard that and then saw you guys, that's all I literally, I mean, it must have been about an hour. I think you guys almost an hour and a half, 2 hour
Yeah.
session. But when you were playing that sound, that's all that got me. That's all I needed to know about what's going to happen on this album. So without further ado, we have a sneak peek of Blockchain. And here it is. Sneak peek. Hey. Yes. But we only get that taste, you guys. So you know 331. So tell us how many tracks are going to be on this album.
It's going to be 10 tracks total.
Okay. So 10 tracks. What else can you tell us? Like
It's going to be 10 dope ass tracks, yo. Like, we didn't put no fillers in there, nothing just to fill it up. It's like we shot for only 7
wow. Okay.
and
Okay.
ended up getting 10.
It's okay. So 10 dope ass tracks. March 31st. Fresh Heir. Am I saying it right? Fresh
Air, yeah, like air comes from an heir to the
Hair
throne.
with the H.
Yes,
H-E. Okay. Fresh Hair, March 31st on all platforms.
all platforms.
You can get what you just heard. So talk about humble beginnings with me because, of course, I'm just discovering your amazing sound. So I know you're from the DMV, born and raised.
Yep.
So tell us about Asia Star, humble beginnings.
Man, them sheesh, it's so much that I can say.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I started out originally from Maryland, moved around between Southeast DC and PG County, Maryland.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, so much based on my mother's drug addiction, and I say that to say, like, at this point she is completely clean. She's been off of
Amen.
drugs for about 10 years, you know what I'm saying? But my entire adult life, that's what it was, and my entire childhood, I should say,
Mm.
was we got caught up in that 80s
Yeah. Yeah.
snowfall.
Yeah. I could totally, it's very relatable. Okay.
Right.
I'm born and raised from Oakland, California. you know. So you know, and yes, have been hit in both family and relationship with you know, addiction. So to see where you are right now and getting to know where you're going, you've come a long way.
God is good.
God is good. So
God is,
talk to me about the inner peace, because that's crucial. Okay.
man,
You
the
just
inner,
said,
it's all in, like, I can give all praise to Jesus Christ. Like, we not
mm,
even told it, right? It's just him having his hands on me, because even though my mother was stricken with addiction, I fell into it too. I used to
yeah,
pop pills so heavy, and I actually OD'd a couple times.
mm,
So if it was
yes,
God's hands on me and getting
mm-hmm,
me through, I wouldn't even be here talking to you. So that peace, I was just talking to somebody yesterday about how when I start feeling overwhelmed with everything that I have going on, because I'm a digital entrepreneur. I
yes,
lead a bunch of people helping other people make money and get into the bag. And then my
mm,
music is
yes,
a, but when I start to feel overwhelmed, what I do is go into worship.
yes, yes, girl, yes.
So that's the inner peace for sure.
Well, I'm just thankful because your purpose goes far beyond music, obviously. When you have been, you know, stricken to poverty, drug addiction, any types of things like that, you have to always know, and everybody doesn't go through that to get to the glory. But for those who have,
Right.
my is all I could say, my God, because there obviously is a purpose. So talk to me about what purpose driven um, power is to you, because you are definitely living and walking and breathing, like you said, because obviously because of God. But the purpose and your meaningful music, talk about that and the connection.
Well, with the music, I'm doing it out of the love for it at this point, and I'm telling my story. I'm not really like, music is definitely a passion of mine, and I tried to get away from it, but it's just something about it that I just couldn't get away from. So
Yeah.
know is a purpose for me in it, just to tell my story, and maybe somebody can look at what I went through and relate to what I've gone through and receive help from that, um,
Hmm.
whatever capacity. But
Yeah.
it so far beyond the music. I'm extremely passionate about helping our people win financially,
Yes. Yes.
from a
So
financial
about
perspective.
that, you are a digital entrepreneur, and
Yes,
speaking of the culture, so many, yes, are afraid to talk about. I shouldn't say afraid, but we were taught to spend, were we not, you know, and not to save.
for sure. For sure.
So elaborate more on that.
Man, I used to spend, I remember the first, we was talking about this in the studio a couple of nights ago. The first $10,000 I ever got at one time, I spent it on two items.
Ooh, what did you buy?
I bought a bag,
Oh, yeah.
um, some sneakers.
Mm, my God.
And now when I see it now, it grinds my gears, because you can become $10,000 right now today. If somebody came to me and looking for advice, and I'm no financial advisor, but I give out good advice. I give
Yes.
I consult people on what to do with their money. If you
Mm-hmm.
brought 1,000 to me today, you would never have to work again in your life.
Now, how much was that again?
10,000.
10,000? Okay. Like what?
Yeah,
Like,
it's
listen.
for real. Like, we helping people all over the world to become digital entrepreneurs and
Hmm.
to make money without leaving their homes.
Yes.
Literacy is extremely important to me,
Ooh.
through investment and
Yes.
learning how to grow the bag. This is, they've been doing this up under our nose since before we were born. They
Hmm.
just go and tell us about it. But
Yeah.
now, no, man.
Well, we got the time, Asia Star, because you know this is no like real talk. This is perfect because there are so many objectives, right? And so we could talk about. I mean, you know, being a Black woman, you know, attention is going. The objectives are people afraid, you know, to invest in they're afraid of crypto. You know, so what do you say to that?
Yeah, and I understand why they're afraid of crypto too, because we grow up in the era that you gotta hold on to your last.
Yeah.
Because you know, if you don't, if you gotta hold on to it because you keep thinking about the how I'm gonna pay my bills, how is this gonna happen, or how is that gonna happen. But
Yeah.
investing, the only way for you to become wealthy is to be a business owner and an investor. You
Yes.
never become wealthy working at a job.
Mm.
Your job is designed to you to invest in your business. Not because if you work for less, what, 30, 40, 50 years of your life, you retire, and then just to have to supplement your income with a second job.
It's still not enough.
Exactly. You're never going to be paid what you're worth exchanging time for money. Profit is always better than wage. But I understand why people are afraid to invest, because they don't do their research and they don't do their homework to understand how and what to do. And some of us, like myself, before a couple of years ago, I had no clue on how to become an investor. But when I started digging down that
Yeah.
rabbit, the universe will allow you to connect with certain people. Like the song that you just played for the people, featuring my boy Global. He is one of the
Yeah.
master that has helped me in this crypto space. You know what I'm saying? You get
Wow. Yeah.
involved with like-minded individuals, and it's just one of those things. And that's what we're doing. We're creating a circle of like-minded individuals, right?
Okay.
Young
Okay.
entrepreneurs, and no shade to any other race, but we're the race that needs the most help.
Talk about it.
So we're
Talk
focused on making sure our people win at all costs.
at all cost.
Yes.
Well, let's ask me this, because this is one of course, the songs we came into that's going to be on the album is called Blockchain. So
Mm-hmm.
for those on here that don't know, what is blockchain? And then I'll ask a second part question. Can blockchain be hacked?
Blockchain cannot be hacked. So blockchain is a digital ledger. It
Okay.
records every transaction
Mm-hmm.
that goes through the blockchain system pretty much. And I don't want to like take it too deep and confuse people,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
blockchain is, I'll just say this, it's a ledger that records each transaction. So if I send you some cryptocurrency,
Mm-hmm.
it has to go through blockchain. It'll tell you it's been approved through the blockchain.
Okay. Okay. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
So for someone that, again, is new to the cryptocurrency, how do they get involved? I mean, like you said, I see you doing a lot of your classes.
Mm-hmm.
I know you guys are, like you said, you're practicing financial, you're educating on financial literacy. How does one sign up and become involved underneath your mentoring?
My bad, my phone was ringing. So ask that question again.
Okay.
How does involve?
And how does one sign up, and in order to be educated under your mentoring and your coaching, and finding out more about understanding cryptocurrency and just in the blockchain and stocks in general?
All right, so it just hit me up. So right now my website
Mm-hmm.
is being created so people don't have to go in order to get involved in what we're doing. But at this,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
if you're really interested in taking your bag to the next level and growing your income, calling me, um,
They
growing
know
your
you're
income
online.
and taking it to
They
the
know
next.
you lie.
You just hit me up. But that's what we're
Okay.
here to do. It's really about creating financial freedom amongst our people.
Mm-hmm. 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 Absolutely. I'll ask one more objective, because again, I think this is good. It's transparent and it's fluent. Um, what about the risk? Because there's always risk in everything. So for
Yeah,
someone who can really afford to risk anything,
it's amazing that you say that, because what are you risking when you go to your job every day?
ooh, everything.
Yeah, you're risking never living to your truest potential,
Yeah,
never
yeah,
living out your
every.
fullest. You're going to
Mm-hmm.
work every day for how many years? 30 years, 40 years, 50 years. Some people work even 60 years. What are you risking?
Come
You'll
on
never,
now.
you'll always be one of those people looking on the outside, looking in like, damn.
Mm-hmm.
Well, because I wasn't raised with a whole bunch of education. Like
Mm-hmm.
being as though my family was on drugs. I wasn't even never asked if I had homework.
Yeah. Yeah.
So what's the difference between you and I? The only difference is I did take a risk. Now understand it's risk involved in everything that we do. That's life.
True. Yeah.
But you're gonna allow the risk to scare you out of wealth, because one thing about millionaires, they don't work. I have millionaire friends. I've never met a millionaire that has a 9 to 5 job.
Right.
There will always be a risk. It's a risk with we black. That's the
Yeah.
risk when you wake up in the morning.
Amen.
When you leave your house, you're risking getting in your car. So many things that we risk. If you're
Yeah.
afraid of the risk, you'll never be able to receive the reward.
Amen. Girl, this listen. Well, I already knew, like I said, when I, was watching you, and I had, like I said, when Cliz had first told me about you, and honestly, the vibration was, yes, attracted to the sound, but I think it was more about the education of what you were doing, for our people, for the culture. So, talk about 2020, because you have definitely come again a long way
Man,
in the
and
middle of
sort of
a pandemic.
for real, I did. So it's so crazy. Oh my gosh. I was just talking to somebody about it ago, man. During the pandemic, what I did is I studied and I became a master trader during the pandemic.
Mm,
I also studied the word of God during the pandemic. So
yeah.
I was highly productive.
Yes. Yes.
And not only he said, but I didn't answer the question. I guess I get back to that. But I was highly productive during the pandemic. And not only was I productive, I took my team with me. So everything
Yeah.
that I learned, even from the word of God, because churches were shut down. And I appreciated it because it wasn't about organized religion anymore.
Yes.
You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? Um, Everything that I learned and I studied, I gave to my team without looking for repayment.
Mm-hmm.
So not did I become a master trader and educator, I brought some people along the way with me, and now a few of them on the line. Drop some hearts or some emojis in the
I think
chat.
I see him. Yes, a few coaches on there. I saw Coach Kia early. Big
If
fan.
she now she was with me during the pandemic in 2020. You know,
Amazing.
it was quite a few of us, and now life is completely different.
Yeah.
I went from a small matchbox spot to, God is good.
Yeah.
You
Well,
know,
hello. Well, welcome
you know,
home.
God is good. Tiff, Alyssa J,
Wow.
East, yeah, like life is different, and
That's
God is the rewarder of those who diligently seek Him. You know what I'm saying? So He's faithful. I can't say I did anything specifically. He just led me. You know,
mm-hmm.
life is different now. But
Yeah.
now we on a mission because it's
Yes.
cool, it's cool to be rich, but it's good
Yes.
to be millionaires, to have a group of
Wealthy.
millionaires.
Yeah. 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 That's big. Well,
Mm,
there's a saying, you get around the people who you want to be like and what you want. You know what I'm saying? Now, those are the people that you need to surround yourself around. You
yes,
know, like I said, I commend you for starting with the culture. I mean, for one, you started with yourself, but I mean, you're sharing. So many people don't share information. You know what I'm
for
saying? For a lack of concern of somebody beating them at it. There's so much, there's more than enough for us, you know?
hmm
So I definitely commend you for just educating, and using your platform, Asia Star.
I appreciate it. Somebody said I didn't answer the question. I think the
That was the
question,
question. I said 2020, right? I said, oh, what was the question?
first question, if you want to get involved in what we're doing, that
Oh,
because we're
yeah.
called the Freedom Club, right?
Okay.
It's the Club. If you want to get involved in the Financial Freedom Club, DM me. It's just as simple as that. Take a chance on yourself. I'm
Financial.
interested. Yeah, DM me and we can get you a part of the Financial Freedom Club today. What we do is help people to invest, and we
Mm-hmm.
teach how to trade.
Yes. Financial literacy at its finest. Black
And
excellence here
indeed,
for the
indeed, and
culture.
continue to grow and grow and grow. If you have the patience, because what we do, I just want to be completely clear. What we
Yeah.
do, no get rich quick scheme. If you looking to, even though you can make a lot of money in a day, it's happening with this cryptocurrency. But what we're doing, we're focusing on a skill set that will pay you for the rest of your life. If you
Ooh.
know for that, man, DM me.
Yeah. Wow. So let me ask you this. Who are some of the billionaire influencers for you? Who are some of the folks in the books that you've read? And who are some of the coaches? Is there anybody that is influencing you today still, mentors?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Mentorship is big.
Wow.
Mentorship is huge, and accountability is huge. So who I'm inspired by is my good old Uncle Bob Proctor.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? It's some few things that's inspiring me too, like Clizzy Houston. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I see
man,
Kristen
I
just came in the building. I
man,
see AB Butler, Sun Chiefs.
yo,
Everybody's on here. Thank you so much for the support.
for sure.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Man, my boy Jelani, he on
Mm-hmm.
the he inspires me. Global, he inspires me. Like, it's so many people that I look at from afar. Like, my mentors,
Wow.
I have mentors that I don't even know personally.
My
Or you
God.
got to give out some free game. And
Yeah.
if it's game and it's easy to
Say it again.
but if it's some free game, if it's some free game and it's easy to follow, then
Mm-hmm.
guess what? It's what I need to take me to the next level in my life. I don't have to know who you are.
Oof.
But I would say, but to answer the question, I name those people that are my friends. They aren't necessarily um,
Yes.
my friends inspire me. That's big. You have to surround yourself with millionaire mindsets. You know, my sister Elgin,
Yes.
that's another one. But as far as the people that I don't know who are millionaires, multimillionaires that inspire me, it would be a Bob Proctor. It would be a Eric Thomas.
Ooh.
And the books that I'm reading, Think and Grow Rich is my favorite. I haven't put that book.
Yeah.
I bought it.
Yes.
Yeah, those are life changing. It's all
Yeah.
about personal development. You know what I'm saying? And then I got people holding me accountable. Shamice
Mhm.
Renee, accountability partners.
Yeah. Wow.
It's huge. If you want to become wealthy, you
Yeah.
need mentorship and accountability. A
Yes.
belief, your faith level have to be out of this world.
Yeah. Out of this world.
Yeah, for sure. But and all of that is in my poured into my music in the most hood
Yeah. Blockchain.
thing. Yeah.
Blockchain, honey. I mean, that's all I wanted to hear. Did you hear when I was texting? I was like, just send me
Everybody
blockchain.
so crazy. Me and Global just hopped on that song last minute. That was the last song I recorded on the album.
Yes. Oh, this is gonna be
Yeah.
good. I'm
Yeah.
excited, really excited about it. So this is during the time, and this is good because I know you're talking about financial education and words and investing and empowerment. I always like to come up with certain words and phrases during this time. And I'm going to throw out a few words to you. I think we did this during your preliminary.
Okay.
So whatever comes to the first of mind when I mention these paraphrases, these words, I want you to tell me what you're thinking.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
First one, blockchain.
Multi-billionaire status. Like we a lot of people want to believe to become thousandaires and millionaires. We talking about becoming billionaires and trillionaires. So that's
Yes.
yeah, we did go crazy, bro. That's what I think about when I hear blockchain.
Me too. Yeah. Every, I mean, I'm listening to Yes the Beat. You know, like I said, I'm from Oakland, but I'm listening to the lyrics.
Yeah, for
You
sure.
know, and you're talking about, you know, let's get rich, let's get wealthy. You know, generational wealth.
That's what's happening. We talking about
Yeah.
I was talking to my brother Global yesterday, right?
Yeah.
And I'll just share this with you. He
Yeah.
told to invest in this one cryptocurrency the day before Valentine's Day, right?
Mm-hmm.
Cryptocurrency. It was only like I spent like $78.
Mm.
$8. And I told my team, Kia just put it. When he told me, I give it back to my team. That's just how we do, right?
Mm.
Because it's all about giving back and making sure we all come, right?
Yeah.
So he told me to invest in this currency day before Valentine's Day. I invested in the currency with $78.
$78.
$78. And it turned into $400 in like a week.
What?
No, for sure.
Well, I'll be definitely. Are you available after the call here tonight?
Yeah.
Look, are you available? That's big. Okay, so that's blockchain.
Yep.
Okay. This is of course who I felt that you were when I first heard your sound. Purpose driven.
Everything is about purpose. Purpose driven. When I think about those two words, purpose driven, I think about my future and how my life, what am I going to do first and foremost is to bring God glory. And I know I talk about God a lot, but I don't know how to not talk about it. But if I bring God glory, then there's purpose in that. I don't have to try to be on purpose.
Yes.
So when I think about being purpose driven, I think about giving God glory. What did I do today to bring God glory?
Yes. Well, and I think it's amazing that you include God in everything. I'm also a firm believer. I haven't been probably inside of a church in a long time, but my relationship with Him is so incredible.
It's not about we not doing that.
So I see that with you, the energy and the vibe and the vibration is also important because I think, like you said earlier, you attract your tribe, you attract what you're doing, if you're the vibration. And so like, this is not a coincidence, I don't believe in coincidences.
Me either. And you talking about a kid from the DMV that I remember. I was in Florida a couple weeks ago and I was looking at the palm trees. I remember looking at palm trees on TV, wondering, will I ever see one when I was a child? So it was 14 of us in a one bedroom at one time. To this,
my God,
in a penthouse. Come on now, like how can I not give God glory?
A long way.
You can't tell me I'm that good.
Yeah,
I'm good, but He great.
Yes. Ooh, He's the greatest, honey.
The greatest. The greatest.
So I'll go with this word then, since you already just walking into it. Faith.
Faith is what's going to take you to the next level, no matter what area or realm that you put yourself. If it's cryptocurrency, if it's a regular 9-to-5 job, if it's believing for a house, if it's believing for a promotion, you need faith.
Yes.
Faith is the vehicle that's going to take you to your destination.
Amen. Yes.
It's the unwavering faith, and it's impossible to please God without faith. So when I think about faith, that is what sustains me. It's who I am. Without faith, I'm nothing. Because you talk about believing big. I'm believing for the biggest.
Yes. Woo!
I'm believing that this album is gonna have over 1 million streams.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Like, man.
Yes. Ooh.
Don't get me started, sis.
Yeah. No, get started, honey, because I'm that kind of person. Like, I want to go all the way above. I'll tell you guys what I saw today, and it's okay because hopefully you all get it. If we all get it, that'd be great. Sure. I saw my big, beautiful $2.8 million home. It had a resort backyard in it. Okay. Hello. And that's me because I have to see it before I get the keys. I have to visualize all of it. But I saw that today, so I will be inviting all of you. Over.
And I'm pull up. She said 1 billion streams. That's what's up.
1 billion streams. Sun chips.
It's believable.
So what would that be? Is that diamond? Like, what is that? Like, well, 1 billion.
Well, sales versus streams. So in order to go diamond, you gotta sell. Somebody said, Shami said barbecue at your house. And in order to go diamond, you sell 10 million copies.
Oof. Okay. So if we go for the billion, okay.
Yeah, it's nothing that can't do. It's what,
Nothing.
and I always used to wonder this, right? What separates the wealthy from the poor?
Belief. Non-belief.
Mindset
Yeah.
and that's it.
Yeah. You gotta believe. Do you journal, Asia?
Every day.
Oh, girl, I like to journal a lot.
Yeah. Thoughts out. Absolutely. I journal
Talk
most.
about that. Journaling and manifestation, because I think it's all together, right? It's all,
Absolutely.
yeah.
So I journal. I heavily journal. And then what I do is I set my meditation. I set my sights on what I put in my journal. So certain things that I'm believing God for in a major way. Like, man, it'd scare some people if I told you what I was believing for.
Oh, I know. I know.
For real.
I'm here. That's why I said this is a blessing. Because I'm attracting, this is so me. Like, and I don't, no shame. People know me. If you know me, you know me. I'm God all day. Talk about everything I do in this living room to this conversation here. And pride, including him in this interview. Okay.
Yeah.
So that is why it's attracted, Clizzy, Sunchi.
Mom on the line. Hi, Mom.
Amazing. Which one is it your mom?
Yep, it's saying Nakiri. That's my mother.
Nakiri? Oh my God. This is a blessing.
Word.
Well, you know what? My mom is on here too.
Yo, what's up? All the moms in the building.
Mom, meet Asia's mom.
You know, she instilled God in me from the jump. But Mom, don't be mad when you see that parental advisory sticker.
All part of the story, Mom.
Yeah, man, for sure.
You gotta dig deep and go deep to pull it out, And so, speaking of journaling, talk to us about your penmanship, because you definitely have a pen going on there with your songwriting skills.
Man, I've been writing forever.
Yes.
Like, since I was in elementary school. You know what I'm saying? I just been writing forever. And it's so crazy because a lot of the records, shout out to the mothers, a lot of the records on this project, a lot of the verses were written years ago.
Wow. Yeah.
And it wasn't until Clizzy, I would bring him a verse that I wrote, and he'd be having that little stink face like, nah, that when I didn't believe in my own work. You know what I mean? He gave me my mojo back. He was like, nah, sis. You know what I'm saying? Then he started calling me Saucerita.
Oh.
He gave me a new name, and that's where it came from.
Well, if Clizzy put a stamp on it, okay, and endorsed.
Hello.
I know this much. Okay.
His pen is lethal.
Oof. Girl. Clizzy go all the way back to Hallmark days, okay? Clizzy's been for a long time.
And they call that man a wordsmith. So
wordsmith.
For real. We call that Clizzington. You know?
Yes. For King sure. Cliz. That's King Cliz.
Word up.
So speaking of, just the evolution, because, you're talking about going all the way back to the song. One of the songs I heard in your discography, your catalog, was I Do. And again, faith. So it's no surprise that you are where you are because you put God first. You know what I'm saying? So, going now to today, which is again 2 weeks away from 3/31/21. What can we expect? I mean, I know with quarantine and everything, are we going to be having visuals, merch? Talk to us about it.
Yes, we got Fresh Air merch, but that's all so it's going to be Fresh Air merch, but it's also from my other company called the Mental Wealth brand. Okay. So that's the clothing. The video, there's going to be visuals for just about every record on here. Story to be told. We coming out with a full docu-series just so people can take a look into my story and see where I started and how I got to where I got to. I didn't just step on the scene in a penthouse. It definitely started there. So I'm a most definitely tell the story as well as the visuals for the videos. I'm
Yes.
super excited, but I'm
Yes.
on myself about anything. It's
Mm-hmm.
how this whole record happened organically. We recorded this record in 10 days.
My God.
Yes, a lot of hours, but it
Yeah.
happened in days. And there was no real pressure when I kept saying me originally came to Clizzy. I'm like, Cliz, I want to do a project and I wanted to come out on my birthday, which was January 23rd.
Yes. Yes.
And Cheebs was like, listen, we're not going to put any type of time frame.
Yeah.
Let it organically. And that's
Yeah.
exactly what we did. And that's exactly what we're going to continue to do. So I'm so super excited.
Ooh.
I'm grateful, man. Don't
You see
forget about
what Clay said? The whole world is about to breathe different, honey, for the first time for fresh hair. Okay? This is
you.
big.
It is, man. No, I ain't gonna forget about the 716, man. Somebody, so I went to I lived in Buffalo for quite a while. My roots are Buffalo, New York. And my sister Elgin just asked me, she was like, you hate the cold, sis. How did you spend so much time in Buffalo? I'm like, I don't know how I did it, but I did it. But I can't forget Buffalo because
Yeah.
truth be told, as an artist living in Buffalo, because people weren't rapping like that in DC. It wasn't until I moved to Buffalo and went to Buffalo State and got plugged in with a bunch of true hip hop heads. They showed me how to write in bar. They was like,
Wow.
"It sound like poetry. You need to break it down in bar form." And I'm like, "What's that?" And
Okay.
that's clearly where I learned how to become an artist is in Buffalo, New York.
So this is good because you're talking about dope MCs now. Okay. So this is a good topic, Asia Star, because you are a female MC, okay, in a saturated male dominated industry.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So aside, of course, knowing that, of course, you are the daughter of the king. How do you deal with being just that, a female MC in a saturated industry?
I don't think nothing about it. I don't even allow that to affect me at all. Like I don't
Good.
care. I female hip hop artists that's doper than some
Yeah.
of the dudes. I don't even think about it like, oh, you a female and a male dominated. Man, I set it in blockchain.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
So you know the bar.
Yeah.
Bossed up no resale. Sell it back, that's a resale. Footprints in this man's world, but it traced back to this female. Like
Trace back to this female.
yeah, I ain't tripping about none of that. That don't mean nothing to
So
me.
this is good because there are, the younger ones, the younger generation coming out of junior high, high school, even that want to follow in your footsteps. And, that of course comes up, and it's important to know and to see that it's possible. This is not your first rodeo, if you will. You also have quite a few fans, I should say, over in Australia. You've been blessed with people, all around the world. So talk about that experience.
You know what's crazy? So let me tell you, I got a huge fan base out in Africa. Let me let me
Africa too.
tell
Yeah.
you how Australia too, but it
Yeah.
started in Africa. Let me
Yeah.
tell you how that happened. So first project that I'm not my first, one of the second projects that I put out back in 2000 and maybe 12 or 13 or something like that. And I put all the beats off of YouTube because I ain't had no money to buy no beats. So I couldn't put it on Apple Music, so I could only release it on YouTube, right? So I released a mixtape on YouTube.
Oh my God.
This African guy he had a compilation. It was an African DJ, a well-known African DJ. He put out a compilation album with a bunch of tracks on it, and I had like 5 or 6 tracks on his compilation album. And he added me on Instagram.
Oh my God.
Right? My team going crazy. He gotta take that down. And he hit me up in a DM. He was like, sis, I didn't mean to steal from you. If I was trying to steal, I wouldn't have added you on social media. Can I please keep these records on my on my it's a DJ album.
Yeah.
And I'm like, cool, that's cool. You can keep it. I mean, you already done made it now.
Yeah.
Yo, many followers in Africa and fans from him doing that.
Yeah, yeah,
And they've been the most loyal.
yeah, yeah. That's usually how it goes.
Word.
They don't, I mean, and I don't know because I've never been to Africa or Australia yet, but I just think, you know, it's different to hear the different sounds, of course, but I mean, you are the culture and you're representing the culture, you know, and you're dope, you know. So if it's, you know, if it sounds good, I mean, just can't help yourself. You just want to play it. So I think that's big. So when I asked you, oh, go ahead, say it again.
No, I said it is big, and I'm so thankful for that. Like, as independent artists, we always trying to hide the music and keep it to ourselves. You need to put that thing out there and hope that somebody will grab a hold to it and appreciate it. And that's exactly what happened. Like,
that's
my is the biggest in Africa and Australia and in the UK than it is in America right now.
I believe it. I believe it. And you know what? You said something too, because I think other artists need to hear that. It's great. Yes, independence, you know, an independent artist. I'm totally for creative control, you know. But yeah, I think once you finish a song and it's done, it doesn't belong to you anymore. Yes, on paper, you know, the royalties and the publishing, but it belongs to the world, you know. So you have changed many lives. I mean, going back to some of those songs, speaking of worth it, being worth it.
Risk.
Worth the risk. You did an incredible collaboration with Brianna Moran, songwriter, singer, composer.
Word, she dope. Like,
yeah,
she showed me nothing but love, and she like pretty big out here in these streets.
She's real big. Yeah. I had a chance to be part of a class with her recently. You know, she's owns Love Pulse. And then of course Adrian Howdigy, he's from out here. He's from Oakland, so he's another that works with her. So yeah, definitely a lot of big things happening. What small act of kindness would you say were you shown once that you will never forget? Something that just stays on your heart.
Small act of kindness that I was shown. A small act?
Yeah. It probably was big, but you know, it was so small that it still resonates on your heart. Something so tiny that just made it became great that you won't ever forget about it.
I have so many of those. Alyssa said it's so many. It's so many.
I know. Yeah. Man. Okay. Well, if it's so many of those, give us some advice that someone has told you that you will never forget. I'm sure it's a lot of those and a lot of advice, but share one gem with us that someone, whether it be music, work, family, shared with you that sticks with you till today.
It's so many of those too.
So many of those.
I'll give you two that happened recently. One is Sister Elgin, and she said, when the enemy throws multiplication problems at you, you give him God's word.
Ooh.
Right? She just told me that about earlier last. She was, and that struck a chord with me on so many levels. And then Cheebs, this was a couple, maybe 2 weeks ago. He was like, stop questioning yourself if you're dope or not. He was like, I'm not. And my team, they ice cold Mike Jones. They not gonna give you no sugarcoat at all. He said, if I'm not gonna tell you something is dope and it's not dope. So stop questioning your dopeness.
I love that. Sun Cheebs.
Yeah, and that might be a small thing. That's what I can remember. That's fresh on my
that's big. That's diamonds. That's a gem.
Yes. And you know what? Is one more. This happened during quarantine when I was believing for this penthouse. Right. I remember I was praying and things was looking like it wasn't gonna work out.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. My sister Tiffany, she on the line, flawless is she. She on the
she
said to me, I'm moping, right? I'm kind of it was looking like all odds were stacked up.
Yeah.
And they, right? She said, Asia, open your mouth. And I was like, oh, okay. I hung up the phone with her. She called me back 10 minutes later and said, open your mouth. He needs to hear you. So when somebody tell you to open your mouth on a spiritual level, that means to start praising and worshiping as if it already happened. So that stick with me for the rest of my life.
Yes. Yes. I love that.
Sure.
Because she told you to speak it into existence and then be thankful for it. Start having the victory already.
She kind of scolded me. She was not playing with the kids. She was like, open your mouth. I'm like, you right, sis.
I love her.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
My support system is crazy. It's crazy.
Well, that's big. And Clizzy knows because I interviewed Cliz and Sam Chiefs, the whole, 45. So I totally can relate. And speaking of that, aside from music though, and aside from digital currency, this is a big one. This is a big question. If happiness was the national currency, okay, aside from music and aside from digital currency, what kind of work would make you rich?
If happiness showing love, love has already made me rich though.
No. If happiness was the national currency,
what would I be?
Yeah, what would you be doing besides music?
I would be loving on people.
Amen.
Of showing love.
Yes. I love that. So if you had a chance to go back in time and change one thing, would you do it?
Yes.
And what would that be?
I would listen to my mother. When she did a lot of different things growing up.
Oh, Asia.
I would have finished college.
Wow.
Yep.
That's deep. That's deep. Sometimes I be asking these questions and it's like a mirror a lot of times, It's just like, it's real, I should say. Yeah. And I think I told you, remember when I spoke to you, my mom's birthday is a few days before yours. And I knew, I said, I'm dealing with an Aquarian. And it's a beautiful spirit because my mother is tough love. My mother is nurturing. My mother is love. She give people the last dime, but she'll also cut me up with her tongue real fast.
Yeah, I would. If I can go back and listen to what she told me not to leave Buffalo too soon. Anyway, and I end up homeless for a little bit.
Oh, Asia.
Because I was so pressed to have independence.
Yeah.
That I went against her advice, and I left home too soon. Yep. It shaped me. Yeah. But I could go back in time. There's quite a few things I would change.
Yeah.
Man, I would have never started popping pills. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of things I would change.
Yeah. This is deep. This is real deep. So do what you love, Asia Star, or love what you do?
I answered this question. I can't remember how I answered it. I'm going to answer it right now.
That's why I said I'm not going to ask her this one first. I'm going to wait till close to the end.
Or love what I would have to say, love what I do.
Yes. Elaborate.
Love what I do because it's kind of the same thing, but if I constantly do what I love, I'll always love what I do.
Oof. Yes.
So always do what you love first.
Yeah.
And then it's never like work when you do what you love.
Yeah. Right. Exactly. Talk to me about your transition to the ATL.
Oh my gosh. Yeesh. That was a transition that I thought was going to be super smooth. That drink rocky as a mug. Man, listen. Yeah. I moved to Atlanta with $8 in my bank account.
My God.
Yeah.
Love your spirit.
Yeah, I moved to Atlanta. So I was working at the time, and I was told that I would be able to keep my salary in DC and come down to Atlanta. So I'm like, oh, the cost of living is much cheaper than DC, so I'm gonna be good.
My
Man,
God.
not the case, sis, at all. I filled my gas tank up. You know when you go to the gas pump and you can keep filling it up on credit?
Yes.
$1 So when I got to Atlanta, I think I had like $4 in my
Mm,
account. Well, because I went to Subway and got me a sandwich.
mm.
So I had a few cents left. And yeah, I had to drive to work with all my stuff packed in the car because yeah, I had to be at work the following day after I got here.
Yeah.
So it was a rocky, rocky road, but I was humbled.
Yeah.
I didn't realize how prideful I was before
Yeah.
till everything was stripped away from me. It was probably one of the most hardest things that I've went through in my life is
My
getting
God.
through, um, overcoming that transition from DC to Atlanta. This is where I know I needed to be. I was called to, but
Yeah.
it was the first 3 years. It was really, really hard.
Yeah.
I should say, first year. It was really, really difficult.
Yeah.
Really difficult.
But you're there. So from the $8 to the penthouse.
Man, listen.
Like, listen,
Listen, oh, you already know the vibes.
I'm a witness. Listen,
Yeah,
I'm
yes, yes, and yes.
yes.
It was rough.
Yes.
But now, it's no looking back. Now it's about helping other people to get to where I am or surpass me. You can't be
Yeah.
if somebody surpass you. That's what it's about. You know what I'm saying? No ego.
Yeah.
Ego stands for edging God out. So we ain't got no ego around here.
Ooh, talk to him, honey. You know what? I'm just thankful again, like I said, humbled. I know there's so much still more that we're going to learn about you. And obviously you can't get it all in 45 minutes to an hour, but just the vibration and the gems and just the energy. And of course the music.
Hmm.
I can't even stop smiling. I can't. I mean, I have no shame in it. I'm thankful. I'm blessed. You know what I'm saying? I know it's not a coincidence, like I said. And so thankful to Clizzy Houston, again for trusting me with his people, his team, Son Cheebs, for blessing me with this amazing artist in front of me, Asia Star.
Thank you so much, sis. Appreciate it.
I'm gonna take everybody out with, of course, again the snippet of blockchain. But while I'm doing that, I want you to tell everybody where they can find you, your music, and where we will be able to find your merch and anything else that we don't know about other than here on IG.
Okay, so she is asiastar.com will be up and running March 31st. The merch March 31st. The album March 31st. Fresh Air, and that's fresh HEIR. Everything fresh air, everything. And in order to tap into what I'm underscore Asia,
Everything is Asia Star. She is Asia Star. Her real name is Asia Star.
word.
She
She
is the
is
God King and Queen.
yes. They call me the God.
Blockchain.
They call me the King's daughter. They call me Rita. You know. Yes. Go
Yeah,
ahead and play. Oh.
I'm playing. I'm playing. Congratulations. Hey, big checks. It's called Blockchain, and it's available, everybody, on March 31st. The album is Fresh Hair, and you've just been blessed by the presence of Asia Star.
And I appreciate y'all. Thank you so much. Thank you for everybody that tapped to this live show. Everybody that tapped in, even if it was for a second, I'm grateful.
Thank you.
The power of people is not numbers. Numbers don't move the world. People do.
People move. Yeah.
So grateful for everybody that tapped in and stayed here with me. There's a lot of people that believe and support me. That's fine. Shout out to Global, Elgin, Alyssa, Tiffany, Shamise, Clizzy, Sunny Chiefs, Coach
Listen, Sun Chiefs.
man, Jelani. Man, we out here, y'all. We out here, bruh. For real.
Well, I'm excited for you. I will be listening and ready. I will
Yes,
be downloading. I already know what it do. I know what it is. You have my support here on the West Coast.
man, I appreciate you. Chef T, I see you, man. My people's is heavy in the building, yo. The financial
Amazing.
club is
Yeah.
heavy.
That synergy, that support is big. You know, we talked
It,
about it. Support is everything. And when you got them true genuines, praise God.
yes, man. Soul Winners Entertainment, Brick Wall, man. We heavy out here, bro.
Yeah. 45 Secrets.
Yeah,
I know about y'all.
man. Heavy. Love you too. Be heavy.
So take care, you guys. I'm saying it to everybody. Be safe. The ATL from the West Coast. I'm here in Cali. It's 6 o'clock here.
Yo, shout out to you, Monique. The voice behind the brand. You asked the
Face
most
behind the brand. Yes, yes.
questions ever. Your interviews are so dope. You ask the dopest questions. There's
Oh,
no dull moment. Like, yo,
thank
I
you.
that you even had me on your live. I'm so
Oh my
grateful
goodness,
for sure.
girl.
So,
Yes, like I said, I'm humbled and thankful. So anybody who is supportive and a friend of Clear's and Son, Cheeves is a friend of mine. You know, and I know he was sending dopeness my way. He spoke of you. I want to say it's been almost 3, 4, probably 5, 6 months ago.
wow.
So I feel blessed that I waited. You know, and that you're here and that you took time for me. So thank you so much. And I wish you nothing but love and
Yeah.
success.
Thank you, Mo. I appreciate it so much, yo. I'm so grateful.
Denise, I see you. Thank you, Clizzy. I will be hopefully seeing you guys soon. I'm really trying to come that way.
Yes.
So,
Or we be your way soon too.
oh, well, come on through. Okay. Oh, that's right. My $2.8 million house, come on
Yes.
over.
The bar was at your house.
Yeah, the barbecue, the listening parties, the Grammy after parties.
Yeah.
Come on.
Speak that,
You guys
sis.
see it all. I already know. I know. So I will definitely be hitting you up too. I'd like to continue the conversation about the financial literacy education.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So thank you. And God
Yes.
bless you.
God bless y'all.
Peace, darling.